Today I'll be talking about my process, like some of my initial ideas and what I finally came up with. So the design statement basically included designing a ride-on toy for 6 to 12-year-olds, which they can use outdoors. Like I was looking at designing a ride-on for outdoors. And the consideration that I was making here was that they're supposed to, the age group that is 6 to 12 needs to have a very rigorous 1-hour physical exercise every day based on the medical facts. That is what the toy should incorporate, was my concept. So based on our initial study, we came up with some must-haves and may-haves. Based on that, I went further with my ideas. So these were some of my initial concepts, which included different, like I was trying to look at the movements of different animals and try to incorporate all of them into making a ride-on. The final idea which I was more inspired by was taking inspiration from a lobster. So what I was looking at was, what I found interesting about a lobster is that it has scales at the back, and I realized that each scale can have a certain movement and when the lobster walks and things like that. So that is what I was looking at. So conceptualization, I was looking at what mechanism can be added to the lobster in order to make it more interesting to the kids when they're trying to ride it. Another thing about this is a human powered thing, since it's a ride-on. I have incorporated pedals in it so that the kids can pedal, and when they pedal, the wheel at the back is an eccentric wheel. So when the kids pedal, the wheel goes up and down, because of which there is a wave motion that happens for the tail. This was a dirty prototype which I had done, like a quick prototype to understand how the movement happens. This was the conceptualization on like form. So I was looking at how I can, initially idea was having 2 different plates on either sides for the tail and things like that, but eventually I realized that I need to have a cover on top as well. This were some of the measure drawings which I did for the understanding of scalability and proportions of my model, and also when it will be built on a 1:1 scale. The color variations also I was looking at were like, I was looking at how I can have high contrast colors, because kids are able to identify colors better when they are high contrast. So these were some of my initial ideas. Eventually I came up with a high contrast combination, which was red and white, that I was looking at. Like I was looking at different images for drawing inspiration for that concept. This is the final design, which also you can see here. These are some of the details where I'm looking at how the rivets and things were done in order to make the toy work. We also did the branding for my product, and it's called as Bobster. So this is the motion of the tail that it's supposed to have when the kid pedals it. And if you look at this, this is the motion of the tail basically when the wheel rotates. And also for the, so the pedal gives exercise for the legs, and you have this thing for the claws, which gives exercise for the limbs. So that is what I was trying to achieve here. The main aim was exercise, and in a playful way. So this is what